Okay, well, welcome back, everyone. I know it's been a while since my last video out there. I got a few other things going on, and I just haven't had as much time to get down in the shop and dedicate a couple hours at a time to to really get anything going down here. So I apologize for that. Hopefully when things calm down a little bit, I can get my head back into a couple more projects. There's a couple of things I did pick up in anticipation for some more projects that I would like to do, and so I thought I would share that stuff with you guys and show you what I got. But before I do that, let me just take a second to shout out to all of the subscribers that I have, both new ones and the ones that have been with me from the beginning. Channel is growing a bit, and that's a good thing. I hope people find my content interesting and informative. And like I had mentioned earlier, I'm really a machinist hobbyist, or hobby machinist, and these are just some of the projects that I'm doing that I enjoy, and hope that inspires other people to maybe get out into their shop, whether it's machine shop, woodworking, or whatever. Get out there and make something. So, alright, so let's get going. I got a couple of good deals here that I thought I would pass along to you guys, and hopefully maybe you might take advantage of some of them yourself. So, let me bring in a little closer here. Alright, so I picked up a couple of taps here, and these are all the same, 172, and I usually get these taps from Victor Machinery Exchange, and they advertise usually in the back of Home Shop Machinist. But I guess one of the benefits of living in New York, in the New York City area, there isn't many of them if you ask me, but this place is located about 15 minutes away from where I work. So after work I stop over when I need something, and what I do is I fax an order in ahead of time, and it's ready to pick up when I get to the counter. These are all imports, but they work fine. I usually pick up when I need a new size. I usually pick up all three taps: the taper, the plug, and the bottoming tap, because it's steel. And I also got the corresponding die with that as well. So this is. See if you guys can see that. Focus. High-speed steel. And like I mentioned, these are all import, but they work just fine for me. This is a 13/16 diameter button die there. So okay, so and with that, I picked up a couple of 1/16 of an inch end mills, and they're double end mills. And one is a 4 flute, the other one is a 2 flute. So I've also picked those up from there. And I mentioned just a little while ago that when I buy stuff from Victor Machinery Exchange, I usually what I do is I fax the order into them, and I pick it up a couple hours later. Usually I'll fax it around lunchtime, and I'll pick it up after work on my way home. I'll stop off. But they have a special on their website in the sales and closeout heading. I'll put a link to that in the description below. And they had this set of they still do as of right now have this set of gauge blocks. It's an 81 piece set. and it's an economy grade, you know, with shop grade, whatever, and comes with this. Comes with the certification and all of that. This set is on sale for, I believe it was $71. Yeah, $71, I think it was. And they also have the smaller set, and I'm thinking it was 46. I think the small set's 36 piece. But $71. I mean, you know, you can't. I couldn't pass that up. That was a good deal. And even still, they're economy grade. But for a home hobbyist, I mean, it's way more than any hobbyist would ever need, I think. And but there it is, and it goes from 50 thousandths, and they're all numbered. Up to 4 inches, and as you can see, they still got the that protective oil on it. 71 bucks. I think it's a pretty good deal, and I don't know how long that sale is going on for. Maybe until they don't, you know, maybe just limited to the stock they have on hand. I don't know, but I'll put the link in the description below for you. And they got a bunch of other things on sale too. They got some drill bits. They got, I think they got a couple of Mitutoyo gauges on special, and they got a couple of arbor presses too. So let me bring you over to that in a moment. Alright, so this is obviously an arbor press. I've always wanted one. It was always had a little. I always had a need for pressing in a small bearing or something like that. Anything big, I would usually just bring to work, you know, within reason. And but these, you know, I used to use my drill press. And you know, I'd just turn down a little piece of drill rod or something, or make a couple of adapters and use my drill press to press in small stuff. But I was never really crazy about that. So they had this, and this is a 1/2 ton, and that's what I was looking for. I don't have a lot of room, and like I say, it's primarily for little light duty stuff. And I think this was $29, if I'm not mistaken. And they have the 1/2 ton and the 1 ton on sale. And don't remember how much the 1 ton was, but anyway, I already ground down the bottom 2 teeth of this, so you know, that's a pretty popular modification. So you know, when that eliminates the need to reposition the work, when space it depending on where the handle winds up, you know. So if you have a piece of material, say you're trying to press something here, you could push down. But then again, if it's, you know, this here, you're going to be pulling towards you, so you can just quickly, and now you can push down again here, so you don't have to play with spaces and stuff. And that's a popular modification people do on YouTube that I've seen. So the arbor press, again, from Victor Machine, and I'll put it. This is the place, Victor Machinery Exchange, and they're located in Woodside, New York. And so this is their catalog, and you know, it's, you know, decent size. It's got a good assortment of stuff in there. Mostly import stuff. They do have some Fowler's import, I believe, as well. Not too much Starrett, but they do have Mitutoyo, Noga, you know, and Jacobs chucks, things like that. And I think their prices are very reasonable. So They got all kinds of stuff. So that's their catalog. And like I say, they advertise in the back of Home Shop Machines, so you might want to check them out. And that's where I got the gauge block set and the arbor press, and those were specials. And speaking of catalogs, the 2019 Travers catalog is out, and I stopped down there, and as I do from time to time, and whenever I do that, it's good and bad. It's good because I like going there. They got a lot of cool stuff, and the bad thing is I always buy something I wasn't planning on. So let me show you what that involved. Alright, so I picked up this sign vise from Travers, and it's a screwless vise, so it doesn't have that central screw in there, but it does have this locking screw which pulls the jaw in tight, and then you have to adjust it with this pin for the size that you need. And as you can see, everything is pretty well ground and everything. It's not bad. Inside gives you an idea on how that is actuated there. So this pin would slide in and out. You would change it and move it to a different hole to make it, to open up the jaws or close them down a bit more. So and then you would put your gauge blocks stack in between here, and you know, when you would determine that using a sign table, either probably online or in your machinery handbook. And so that's that. And I think this was maybe just about $100. It lists more in the catalog, but when you go there and you pick stuff up right at the counter, you know, I've always told them that I'm a hobbyist. I do this in my basement, and they seem to give me a bit of a break on the price on everything, pretty much. So that's one thing. If you remember back, I got that digital height gauge at a phenomenal deal. So doesn't hurt to, you know, tell them or ask them to help you out. So that's one thing from Travers I picked up. All right, while I was at Travers, they had a little clearance area there, and it's kind of like a mishmash of all different stuff and some boxes. And you know, if you have the patience to dig through the stuff and know exactly what you're looking for, or if there's something that you need that was oddball, that would be great. I just did a quick look. What I wound up picking up was these finishing sticks here. I don't know what grit or material that really is. And these here. And these are for sharpening carbide. So there was 3 different grits, and one of them happened to be broken. And these were in a bag. So I'm thinking, I forgot what it was. I think he gave me all of this for like $2. So you know, it was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Put it on the side there, and we'll take that. So that was not a life-changing find, but you know, not bad. A couple of bucks. It was worth the trip over there for sure. But let me show you one thing that. Let me show you one thing here that I think I did real good on. Alright. They had this laying over there. And it's a Kennedy 2-drawer box. Like a, you know, riser box. Sometimes they call them, or intermediate box, whatever. It's used, obviously. Came with a little plexiglass mirror that's all scratched up. The felt is still in the straw, and there's no felt or anything in the bottom of the larger drawer down below. And this is an older one. It's got the heavy gauge steel on it. There's no key for the lock, but you know what they say about locks, they keep honest people out. And got this for $25. Yeah, 25 bucks. I was like, oh man, like, do I need another toolbox? Oh yeah, we all need more toolboxes. 25 bucks. I was like, yeah, I'll take that. So that was my big find at Travers. So you know, go check them out. And they say I don't think you're going to get the clearance deals online, but pretty much if Travis doesn't have it, it pretty much doesn't exist. So you know, they have a lot of stuff in there.